Today I want to talk about the #1 reason you are stuck being single. Now, before I go in that direction, let me first say, being single is not a curse. Everybody who follows me is single, or almost everybody who follows me is single. My mom, wife, but pretty much everybody who's on my list is single. So there's nothing wrong with being single. The issue here, of course, is that some people are single by choice, which is fine. Again, somebody who's single by choice is usually not going to come to me. But there's a lot of people who listen to dating and relationship advice who want to find lasting love, but aren't doing anything to find lasting love. So then we look in the mirror and say, well, why? What's the main reason that I'm stuck being single when I do want love, I do want companionship, I do want passion and sex and laughter and all the things that come with the relationship that I know is possible. Someone gets that relationship. What happens is that you usually resign yourself to failure. You've tried it so many times that you say, well, what's the point? If every time I put myself out there, if every time I go on Match.com I get rejected, if every time I go on a first date I don't get a second date, if every time I sleep with a guy he doesn't call me to see me again, if every time I invest 3 months in a guy he doesn't want to be my girlfriend, you go through enough of that, you become convinced that that's just the way it is. Men cause pain. If you avoid men, then there's no pain. But what you're doing is leading a fear-based life. You're leading a life based on the worst case scenario, based on decisions that you made in the past that you do not have to necessarily make again. Right? Who you were yesterday does not have to be who you are tomorrow. Because remember, we're not going to change Match and we're not going to change men. We're not going to change your city, but we can change the way you conduct yourself. To conduct yourself with more confidence, femininity, self-awareness, savvy, the ability to understand men. And that's the skill set that I'm trying to give to you here right now. So really the #1 reason that you're stuck being single is fear. Right? Nothing terribly complicated. You're afraid that whatever you do next is just going to have the same result as the past, right? Definition of insanity. The difference is you're a different person now. You're not going to repeat the same mistakes of the past. I've had clients who are like, my last boyfriend verbally abused me. How can I make sure it doesn't happen? And I'll say, the second you find yourself verbally abused by a guy, leave him. I spent 7 years in one relationship with a guy, he didn't propose to me. Okay, well, don't spend 7 years with the next guy. You have to be able to learn to trust your judgment and realize you're not doomed to repeat the mistakes from your past. So if you're afraid and you've discovered that this self-imposed solitude, I'd rather be alone and be with my friends and be with my cats and be with my job, if you think that's the superior way of being, you're entitled to that. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. But if you know that someone has a happy relationship and you say, well, why not me? It's because your fear of getting hurt is greater than your perception of the joy that you're going to get when you're on the other side of it. And I'm here to kind of get you over that hump, to realize that it is worth it to put yourself out there. That in every study, you can go Google all day long, go to my website, Take Love You, I'll tell you, every study talks about the people who are the happiest, people who describe themselves as very happy, are happily married people. Now, not everybody who gets married is happily married. Probably only about 1/3 of the people who get married are happily married. But that has everything to do with the choice that you make right now. The choice to date, put yourself on the line, be vulnerable, take a chance on men, and reap the great rewards that come from finding a guy who devotes his life to making you happy. So don't let fear run your life. Overcome your fear. I think it's the famous Mark Twain quote. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. So you don't have to be single if you don't want to, but you do have to overcome your fear. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Go to evanmarkkatz.com. Give me your name and email address. I will send you free dating and relationship advice forever. And beneath the video here, there's some links that give you special reports, special videos on how to understand men, get over your addictive need for chemistry, and make yourself have healthy relationships. That is my gift to you. I thank you for being part of my channel and being part of my fans. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.